Okay. We are on what is certainly the last portion of the game. I can't say for sure that it'll be... Yes, mental combat.
Layton versus Wright. Fight.
Hooyah! Get over here! Objection! I'm not 100% confident that we will finish today for sure. So if we don't, because we may have more than 3 hours to go in the end. If we don't finish today, then I'll just stream tomorrow. Bonus stream tomorrow. Yes, we do know that Layton is a fucking ninja samurai superhero. Just teleporting behind people, telling them it's nothing personnel, and stabbing them with a katana. Okay, so we solved that crazy puzzle up in the bell tower, and guess who we found? Give up? It was Kira. You have to give me a moment to guess. Now, I'm no Professor Layton. Wait a minute, then who's talking? No, I'm not... Actually, who is this talking? Is it supposed to be Phoenix? I think it's Maya. That seemed like a Maya-ish thing to say. Now, I'm no Professor Layton, but if she was there during the whole incident, then she's got to have some connection, right? That's why me and Nick, told you, investigated the scene of the crime from top to bottom. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it should have been Nick and I. Well, what can I say? Not my fault. Well, never mind. Okay, we're getting right in there. No more delaying. Also, hi, sir. Very well. Defender, tell the court. Who was the one responsible for uh-oh. Did we come... Oh, this is weird that the saves don't save right exactly where... Because we already did say this, right? We already...
Take that!
That's so weird. Like, what a weird decision. Is there some reason where they wouldn't be able to set an exact breakpoint? Because for the other games, it definitely restores your save to exactly where you were. But whatever. The answer is obvious, Your Honor. It was you! High Inquisitor Darklaw. What? Order in the court. Inconceivable. There's no way. I must say, Defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Accusing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you. However, with serious accusations come serious consequences. One small misstep, and I will personally see that you never set foot in this courtroom ever again. Mark my words, Defender. Dots. I understand. My, how confident. Let us see if that confidence of yours is well justified. Ms. Kira's attacker drugged her with sleep medicine. It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent. True. After all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic. There's only one person I can think of in all of Labyrinthia who could supply you with that kind of medicine. Sir Newton Belduke.
Objection!
Defender, you are aware that Sir Belduke has been deceased for over 3 months now, are you not? That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. But you brought him back to life. No. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. But it wasn't all just medicine. He also created some very dangerous concoctions. That's why After he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated. Confiscated? Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial. Also, where is Barnum? He's got to show up in the finale. This doesn't count. This is a flashback. The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping that items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw. Oh.
Objection!
See, she's trying to get us with the claw combo. So, because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it. Is that what you're getting at, Defender? That's right. Unfortunately for you, I would hardly call that proof. You said it yourself. Sir Belduke concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact, a fact that he, no doubt, was none too pleased with. As such, it is highly likely that those same dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town. And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the culprit was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine. Indeed. Long has Sir Belduke's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of this town's citizens. There is plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain within Labyrinthia. A piece of advice, Defender. The next time you speak in court, I recommend you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations. If you fail to do so, your next words will be uttered to the flames. Figures. I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down. Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Barnum are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia. Raising such an accusation against either one of them without valid reason will result in the most severe of punishments. What does he mean by the most severe of punishments? I think the judge is saying if I don't start making a case, we're going to be paying Sir Belduke a visit real soon. That's not severe, that's just jail. That's not that severe. I need to present some decisive evidence, and fast. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that much. Well, pretty sure isn't good enough, Phoenix. Come on. High Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker, and the one thing that proves it is that there's no such thing as magic. I guess we're gonna say Darklaw herself, because she's got the wound on her neck. The defense believes there is one clue here linking High Inquisitor Darklaw to the crime. High Inquisitor! That clue is actually still on you, right now. Where, on my neck? On me? I must admit that I do not know where you're going with this, Defender, but please point out this clue to the court. Show us this clue supposedly still on the High Inquisitor's person.
Got it!
Yeah, I'm good. The High Inquisitor's neck? Masaka! Ms. Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Hi, Inquisitor! Ms. Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it. According to her earlier testimony, when Ms. Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Ms. Kira? Yes. Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from having been scratched. Oh. Would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw? If that is your real name? I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. Unless, of course, you were able to get rid of it with magic. Most impressive. What? I have to say, Defender, you've managed to finally hone that dull blade of yours into something of use. Well, yeah, we're kind of... We're banking on the fact that she is not actually Bizella. We're not going to... No. I was like, are we going to prove that there's actually no such thing as magic? Is there not only no Bizella, but there's no witches at all? The whole thing? We're going to pull a battler and deny the entire thing? You are correct. There is, in fact, a mark on my neck that I did receive tonight. What? What? Lady Darklaw. What is the meaning of this? Rabble, rabble, rabble. Does that mean Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch? Your Honor? Oh, yes, I see you're still here, Defender. Your Honor? Now you're shocked and everything, but come on, work with me here. Your Honor, the defense would like to call High Inquisitor Darklaw to the witness stand. What did you just say? It's quite clear that the High Inquisitor has some connection to what transpired tonight. And what's more, there is a chance that she used her position of authority as High Inquisitor to frame my client as the Great Witch. But never in all my years as judge has this court of the judge of this court has an Inquisitor been asked to take the stand in the middle of a trial. Well, we're going to have to make some history here if you're going to finally find out the truth, Your Honor. Even so, this trial cannot continue any further without an Inquisitor. How convenient. Hey, in that case, how about you get Inquisitor Barnum remains incarcerated in the underground dungeons for the crime of treason against the storyteller. I don't think he will be able to make it to this party. No way. Most regrettable, Defender. This whole thing is hopeless. Unless High Inquisitor Darklaw takes to the witness stand, Espella will be done for, and the truth along with her. But on the other hand, without an Inquisitor on the other side, who in the world would stand opposite us, versus us, if you will? The trial can't continue, and the outcome would end up the same. What should I do?
Hold it. I believe I can fill that role.
Professor, wait, what are you saying?
I can prove, conclusively, that Espella Cantabella is, in fact, the Great Witch Bizella.
Huh?
Now, Mr. Wright, the time has come at last to settle this once and for all.
We've been waiting for the professor to show up. If there was anyone who could find some decisive evidence to win this thing, it was him.
Hashtag shoehorned. It's very true.
However, he ended up standing behind the Inquisitor's bench. The professor wasn't on our side here. I had to wonder, what the heck was going to happen?
To be concluded. I think.
Professor. But what are you doing?
What am I doing, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only concern here is the truth.
Isn't everyone supposed to think that he's dead? That he's a gold statue?
The truth?
The truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it. I expect you to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice. Ms. Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago, we established that you were in fact present at the bell tower at the time during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene. Yeah, he totally is. Anybody can be an Inquisitor if they want to. You know the rules. It would appear that was the case. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here. The robe of invisibility. In other words, there is every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way, I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident. Very well. The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. As I passed the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs to the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. You apprehended the intruder? While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Security? As such, there is nothing odd or suspicious about my actions tonight. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. The Layton eyes on the sword. Man, I really wish they didn't have me at 1. Come on. Although maybe this will be very, very easy, because I'm smart. Nothing was amiss. You mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right? Now you tell me, Defender. Surely you remember the final part of the story? She must mean the part about the storyteller's death. There is little possibility of changing the outcome of what has already been written in the story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable. That is what I, too, think. What's up, Maya? Did you notice something? You could say that. It's just, look at Kira. She's been looking down in the dumps since the start. Oh, right, Kira. I honestly forgot she was still here. Not only that, she looks sort of scared, too. You're right. We can't afford to forget about her. I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. I've got to remember to question her the second I see an opening. Duh.
Hold it!
Those must have been Ms. Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed. The ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the vigilante's testimony, they thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. And the townspeople noticed your presence there would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Indeed, so naturally that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints. This is a sneaking mission. I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself. Is there anything off about her testimony just now? No, not yet. Can't let the professor catch me off guard. If I'm going to press an issue, I better be sure I know what I'm talking about. A wise decision, Mr. Wright. I didn't say that out loud! Boy, Nick, he can totally read you like a book. Or a puzzle. Okay, seriously, is my face that easy to read, or is everyone just psychic? Times 0. They just have really good intuition.
Hold it!
And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time. Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story? The storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately. I see petals. Now let's keep... What else you got to say? But there's absolutely no way you would have been able to disappear from sight. Not unless you either used magic or were wearing this robe. The night is still young, Defender. You are to save the theatrics for later. Huh? There was indeed a very simple way that I was able to sneak into the bell tower. A simple way? Like what? Come now, must I really spell it out for you? The heck is this? A kazoo? This is the whistle used by the guardsmen to warn of danger. The second any guard hears this whistle, they immediately head out to investigate the trouble, vigilantes included. What was that noise? With a simple blow of this whistle, those guards took off from their post. And then, the second they were distracted, you crept into the bell tower undetected. A social engineering attack! I was thinking more like a distraction technique employed by the famous Solid Snake. She trained under him. Her codename is Small Boss. All I needed was a small break in the perimeter to sneak in. It was so easy, even a person of your caliber could do it. I see. Then surely there was absolutely no need for this robe, correct? Indeed, my lord.
Hold it!
Do you think it could have been the Great Witch Bezella? I mean, the thought must have crossed your mind. Surely you anticipated some sort of resistance. While I hate to admit this, I allowed myself to act rashly without first considering the circumstances. Really? So the second I noticed their presence, I took action. Never did I imagine the intruder would have as much strength as they did. Perhaps I should have gathered more forces to accompany me. However, at the time I was not thinking straight. I assumed any additional help would not be necessary. But Lady Darklaw, through your quick thinking and judgment, you still managed to successfully catch the suspect. Unfortunately, my lord, 'twas nothing more than pure luck. Exceptional results can only be obtained through exceptional thinking. Don't you think? Why are you looking at me when you say that? That's exactly it. I have to plug my mouse into the other USB port so that she can't read my mind. If Darklaw was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with. Simple. That information was on a strictly need-to-know basis. Need-to-know basis, huh? We are turning into Metal Gear Solid. That sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing the information to begin with. Darklaw was hiding this information for a reason. That's what we need to find out. That's why we need to find out exactly what she was doing in that tower. I've got to get her to tell us. Hey Nick, is it me, or do you feel like we're being watched? Yeah, tell me about it. I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. The professor has been very quiet so far. He's a terrible prosecutor. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Darklaw's testimony. Anyway, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions. That's right. Okay. So was this the one? I think this was the one where Kira flips out. Yes, right here.
What?
Hang on!
Excuse me, Ms. Kira. Witness! Yes? Figures. She really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry. Nothing in particular. It's just... I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured. Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die, as was foretold, did he not? Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol, 10 to be exact. I was very nervous. She must be talking about the vigilantes. Just relax, you'll be fine as long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know, I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful. Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what could have been if I were you. Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? Hold on one second. About your testimony, Ms. Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine. Yes, that's right. I was. So basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time. You were wearing the robe the whole time you were on the top floor of the bell tower, is that right? Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked. Then my robe was ripped off by the wind. Ms. Kira, this is the first time we've heard any mention of this information. Is that so? I think I must have just forgotten.
Your Honor, perhaps we should update this piece of evidence in the court record.
Right you are. Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony. Saw an intruder with their back turned, did you? How could you see if they were blind?
Objection!
No. What? Oh, okay, okay. It sounded like the music didn't stop. I was like, I've been robbed. So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Ms. Kira. The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. What are you talking about, Defender? Ms. Kira, or should I say the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there's no way Ms. Darklaw would have been able to see the witness. Maybe she blinded herself, and then she could hear the witness. You're quite right. It's like I ascended to the top floor of the bell tower, and then I closed my eyes. Immediately, I heard the witness picking 4-leaf clovers. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there is just one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe. And who is that exactly? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you'll have absolutely no problem seeing this thing.
Objection!
So, what you are saying, Mr. Wright, is that Ms. Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods. Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight.
That's right, Professor. What is this? Whoa! Layton's getting into the slam.
A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there is one detail that you appear to have overlooked.
Something I overlooked?
You say Ms. Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight.
Did he just say what I think he said?
It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place.
What are you talking about, Inquisitor? Didn't you look at the court record? We updated it.
This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had in fact already removed her robe. In fact, she was completely naked.
What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor. As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. It's as simple as that.
Objection!
1 second. The witness was quite clear in her testimony. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? I'm not sure. What? I mean, my memory is a little fuzzy. No way! Wrap the robe around a brick and throw it at her face. Or just have her stand in front of it. Be like, okay, have someone put on the robe, stand in front of the wall, and you draw a number, and then say, okay, what number is on the wall? And if she can't read it, that means that she can't see through the person. This is so easy. In fact, that's probably the final puzzle. They're gonna be like, 400 picarats. What do you do? And I just write that. You just type an essay into the DS. It would appear there is nothing more to be gained from this line of questioning.
Your Honor, I suggest we return to the cross-examination.
A fine idea, Inquisitor. Well then, Lady Darklaw, will you please continue with your testimony? As you wish. Dots. No matter how you slice it, Kira looks like she's definitely hiding something. If only there was some way of getting her to talk, huh, Nick? No matter what Kira says, Darklaw just stays cool and brushes it off. Yeah, this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure. That's why we really need to set our sights on Darklaw. If we keep doing that, then sooner or later Kira is bound to speak up and say something. Whoa, Nick. That's your most dastardly devious plan yet. Talking to people. Alright, I know there's still a clue or two in this testimony somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. I should go back and double-check her previous testimony. There have to be some more contradictions. Let's save some more.
Hold it!
Mysterious footsteps. Folks, but they weren't hers. Steps inside those footprints on the way up the stairs. If I say there's something very wrong, are we gonna have to present evidence? Have we learned anything? We updated the robe. Nothing else has changed. I'll try it. I already think this is a mistake. I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you?
The Inquisition has no objections. Yinashi.
Very well. The witness will amend her testimony. Attend her testimony. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footprints to them as far as possible. Is that
Hold it!
something that's a problem? Ms. Darklaw, what was your reason for going up into the bell tower alone? It is, as I said earlier, I was in the town square to make sure the area was secure. Okay, but surely you had some inkling that Bazella might have been lurking around there somewhere, right? Wouldn't it have been a lot better if you went into the bell tower with some backup from the vigilantes? Defender, you witnessed the summoning of a fire dragon with your own eyes, did you not? 10 more people at my side against a power such as that would only mean 10 more lives lost. You got a point there. And besides, even if those 10 had been with me, their combined strength is nary that of even Barnum's annoying mutt. No objections here. Say, Nick, about Darklaw's testimony, I think I noticed something kind of fishy. Yeah, me too. It'd probably be a good idea to give the court record another check, just in case. I mean, the only thing it could be is the footprint sketch, but I don't see the contradiction. Because those are supposed to be... We're presuming that she has footprints that match that shape. Is that what we're going to object? We're going to say you yourself wear high... We've never seen her feet. She doesn't have feet.
Objection!
Alright, well, I was correct. So... What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. So tell me, Ms. Darklaw, are these your footprints in this sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine, and mine alone. Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What did you say? Ms. Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. Is this a weird localization? What's going on? However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind... No, but those are hers, right? Those are Darklaw's? Confused. Phoenix, what are you up to? You can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in this sketch shouldn't have heel marks. What? That is very true, although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run. What are they doing? What is that supposed to mean? I agree it's a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. Good, otherwise it would be game over. There was something very telling about Ms. Darklaw's testimony. Telling, you say? She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Professor?
tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is odd?
I can't exactly do that at the moment.
Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time.
Irk! There he goes again. Flexing that brain. Flexing that amazing brain. Who does he think he is? He-10 style? That's an Sokomadeo. Ms. Kira? Lady Darklaw. How could you? How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us? Wait, pointing out the footprint contradiction, which didn't exist, is what triggered her and caused her to snap and go, by the way, I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to spill the whole plot now. Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this? Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldwitch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks. What? This was very abrupt. This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. The swipe. The big swipe. Wait, what's on her hand? There's an eyeball. It's the witch symbol. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I if not a loyal daughter of this fair town? No, you're lying, Lady Darklaw. When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you... You were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember?
Dude.
What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. 'Twas not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself! Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like from Zelda. Ocarina of Time. That's what it looks exactly like. Have we seen that symbol in this game before? Was that in the library? It might have been. Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court will be the last place in which you ever set foot. I am allowed to threaten people's lives in a courtroom while they are testifying. It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now. Ms. Kira, you're saying that Ms. Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight? That's right. That is cheating. You can't have two people. Read the instructions on your magic cloak, please. You can't do that. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl passed out on her back. What? A girl? Could that be? Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there. That's okay, yes. Yeah, when we've seen the witches, they just have one eye, and it's creepy. You mean Espella Cantabella? Get her down here. Put her on the witness stand. We'll have 3 witnesses. Order. Order! So the accused was carried up the bell tower? Milord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection.
Ms. Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here within the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower? Maybe? From the looks of it, Ms. Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. You don't say. Nothing gets by this guy. But she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Ms. Darklaw did, in fact, carry my client up the tower. Do I? Do I want to present that evidence? Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. This. This is one Bidoof. Oh, she had Pokemon carry her up the stairs. I don't know. P.S. You have one chance. Yes. Yes, I am well aware. I did save not too long ago. Is it that it was guarded? We don't believe that, If Espella did... No, that doesn't really work. Profiles. Present the cat. Cat was with her at the time of the incident. I did not see this profile picture before. Oh, that always happens. Anytime, throughout any of the Phoenix Wright games, other than maybe the first one. No, maybe even the first one. Anytime you're doing something that will cost you if you get it wrong, they put your life up on the screen. And I think in some of the versions it even, you know, will throb or glow red or whatever. Or if it's the one with the meter, it'll show you how much meter you'll lose if you get it wrong. I guess we're gonna say Vigilante's report, because with like, we've explained how she got up there and how Kira got up there. We haven't explained as Espella, unless she used magic, which we're saying she didn't. I guess. No, is there something else? What else would constitute proof that she carried the accused up the bell tower? That's really it. We have nothing.
Take that!
Alright, I got it wrong. Mr. Wright, it pains me to say this, but it seems I may have overestimated you. Take that strange lackey of yours and leave this courtroom now. Arg! Oh, no need to continue the trial. True identity. Final verdict. It is a crime to be a witch. We must do everything to erase magic from the world. Despicable witch, into the flames with you. Booka-dooka-dee.